Let's Get Ugly. Those are the Vaselines here on WRSU FM from a compilation called The Way of the Vaselines, A Complete History, and that includes pretty much everything the Vaselines ever released in their short history, including their early singles, the entire Dum Dum album, and 2 previously unreleased tracks, and Let's Get Ugly is one of them, the other being a previously unheard blues version of the song Dying For It. Before that, we heard from the Divine Horsemen with Past All Dishonor from the actually, it was more of a Chris D solo album from the mid-'80s. We heard Sebadoh with a new version of their song It's So Hard to Fall in Love, and you can find that on a Sub Pop Records compilation of alleged love songs, which came out recently. Eyeless in Gaza before that gave us 7 Years from their first album Photographs as Memories. Mark Robinson before that from the Semi Supreme My Man solo single, and the story with that was that those were pretty much all the unreleased tracks from the Unrest album Custom Carnal Blaxploitation, and you heard Movie Star, which apparently is a Mark Robinson original, although King Kong are best known for doing it, and She Makes Me Free to Be Me, and starting us off the Grave Robbers with their song Mark Robinson, and I neglected to mention their referencing of Dutch East India, the famous distribution company, who weren't all that happy about releasing a single which disparages their payment policies on a record, but nevertheless it's out, and if you're into indie rock inside jokes, and who isn't, you might want to pick it up. The time now is 13 minutes before 3 p.m., and it's time to tell you a little about music notes for the coming weeks. Tonight, August 8th, Saturday night, at the Ritz will be Napalm Death, Carcass Cathedral, and Brutal Truth. At Club 101 in Asbury Park will be an 18 and over show featuring Chiaroscuro and the 360s. At the Fast Lane will be HR, formerly of the Bad Brains, Shovelhead, Burma Jam, and Sis Amelia. The Court Tavern will feature SNA and Arnold the Pig. At the Tower Theater will be Black Sabbath and Danzig. At the Knitting Factory will be the Jazz Passengers, and at CBGB's will be a fairly hip show featuring Prison Shake, Nothing Painted Blue, Corduroy, and the Strapping Field Hands, and I believe that Fitch is also playing at that show. Nothing Painted Blue played last night at Maxwell's with Velocity Girl and Tsunami, and were it not for my water pump breaking down in the middle of Route 1, I probably would have been at that show, but instead I stayed home, and hopefully my car is being fixed as we speak. On August 9th, the 360s at JC Dobbs. Monday, August 10th, the William Hooker Quintet, Bill Warfield's 5, and the Rented Horns at the Knitting Factory. And looking ahead, the Charlatans UK at the Limelight on August 11th. On the 12th will be Mr. Thumb at the Down Under Club in New Brunswick. Not to be confused with the Down Under Club in Sayreville, which burned down several years ago. And of course, Lollapalooza at Waterloo Village, featuring Ministry, Ice Cube, Pearl Jam, the Jesus and Mary Chain, Lush, lots of others. And at Giant Stadium will be U2, so two big corporate shows to choose from. Of course, I think they're both sold out, so I would have to go with Mr. Thumb just by process of elimination. On August 13th at the Knitting Factory will be Jeff Buckley, Homer Erotic, M. Dowdy's, and Soul Coughing. On the 14th will be Chiaroscuro at CBGB's, along with the Drop 19s and Sugar Time. And I've just got a couple more shows to tell you about. There's some good ones coming up later in August. Actually, that same night, August 14th, the Swirlies are playing at Under Acme in New York. But looking ahead, Drive Like Yehu are playing at Maxwell's, their band from San Diego. But opening up will be the film Hippie Porn, and that should be something to see. On the 21st, Some Velvet Sidewalk come to the New York area. They'll be playing at Maxwell's on the 21st. They'll be doing the late show. Steve Wynn is doing an early show. So you can see Some Velvet Sidewalk on the 21st, and then you can take a subway over to Brooklyn the next night, August 22nd, to go to see Some Velvet Sidewalk, along with Versus, The Spinanes, and Oswald 50 at Bicycle. That's on Bond Street in Brooklyn, way out in Brooklyn. And Oswald 50, just as a point of fact, features Robert Christie, who is the original Some Velvet Sidewalk drummer. So I would have to recommend that if you can possibly get to see them, you should, because they are one of the most amazing live acts you will see, and fine songwriters and a good band as well. And looking way ahead to the fall, on September 18th, Heavenly are coming back to America. They'll be playing at Maxwell's on September 18th, along with Lois Maffio, formerly of the band Courtney Love, soon to have a Stuart Moxham produced solo album coming out. And I think that's all we're going to talk about for Music Notes. If there's anything you missed, or you need more information about a show, or you have anything to say, or anything you'd like to hear, please give me a call at 908-932-8800. In the meantime, we're going to hear from the Triffids.